Hello and welcome back to Danganronpa. We just found all the evidence. It is time to go and find out who the killer is.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
No, I'll agree.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Oh, he's starting to get an ego.
What? Yes,
God.
indeed.
Yeah,
Well, phew. Yes, indeed. What? I can't wait! I can't wait!
no. My goodness. The bear has finally snapped.
Just the worst.
Don't look at me! Don't be mean!
What the heck? What the heck?
You are a murderer. You didn't murder. You probably didn't murder this one, but you are a murderer.
Don't look at me!
I know.
What the heck?
I know, you're very prideful in your murder, so this is my problem. It's not Toko. Toko is a very prideful murderer. I think when she murders someone, she's gonna be very proud of that. It's clearly not Byakuya. Byakuya was actually terrified of going near her, and it's not Hiro. He's not acting that suspicious for me to believe that it's him. He's just an idiot.
Hey,
It's obviously not Kyoko, so it has to be Hina. The problem here is in the shift of the balance of power. We are no longer the majority after this ride of the elevator. Why? Because if it's not Hina, it's Hiro. Now, unfortunately, we know it's Hina. And Hiro is now on Byakuya's side. And it's just me and Kyoko on this side. After this one, we're in trouble, and by me and by we I mean main character and main female character. Byakuya is gonna feel super comfortable in his chance of getting out by killing any one of us. That's dangerous.
Now then. Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who did,
Okay,
I'll
go
punish
away.
everyone besides. Now then.
We already know who did it.
Whoa! Deja vu.
Yes.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
It's so disappointing
nothing
because
to do.
unfortunately we have alibis for them. I actually figured something out. So I think Hiro actually went to talk to Sakura and I think they parted on good terms. The reason for that being is that Sakura had the wrapper of the candy that Sakura got. So we know that Hina confessed that she's the only one who got those candy and she gave it to Sakura. So I'm fairly sure she gave Sakura the candy and the candy that she ate was poisoned. And I think Sakura got more than one candy and she gave one of those candy to Hiro, and that's how we can prove that it's poison. Which is very unfortunate for her. I think that Hiro and Sakura parted on good terms, but I don't know, or maybe they didn't part. I don't know, but anyway, it doesn't matter. The person who struck her on the head was not the person who killed her, basically. So let's say even if Hiro was the one who struck her on the head, right? And he somehow got the candy that way because he stole it from her, he's still not the one who killed her. The one who killed her is the one who poisoned her.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to
He
hear
is
your
suspicious,
stupid
though.
excuses.
Yeah, seems really sure that one of these three is the killer. She is wrong. But she must have some reason for believing that, yes. Because she's the actual killer. Who the fuck is Aoi? I
It was
hate.
one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is
Okay.
that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
The only reason you have for accusing us?
No, that's wrong. Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
There's good reason to suspect all three of them, but they have alibi. That means one of them is very goodness. I mean, one of them may have smashed her on the head, but the problem is that that didn't kill her. Pocket change. Okay, let's see.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
No, that's true.
I didn't either.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
No, that's wrong. Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro,
Where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
No, I think we can do it because I could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. Sakura contrivance. So I got.
I got it! I'm not
so
sure
weird
about that,
because-
Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was... oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the
I
sudden
just
hostility?
admitted.
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
I believe you. The problem is that you should have just admitted it from the get-go and that would have made you seem less suspicious, but you're an idiot and you obviously panic at everything, so of course you do.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
Oh goodness, now everybody's gonna
You're
go after
acting
him.
incredibly suspicious.
You are hostile.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Oh my god.
Proof? What are you talking about?
It's not her.
I'm talking about her shining message. At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That was completely different.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
No,
You
it's
just
not
don't
her.
know when you're beat, do you?
It's not
Hiro,
her.
hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime.
Yeah, unfortunately you never went there.
So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Mm-hmm. It was only on the magazine shelf.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
No.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Oh, okay, so it was during his turn.
Magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
When I pulled it out,
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when Ogre's
Body was discovered.
No, that's wrong. When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
No, actually, there's no way Sakura wrote that message. Yes, of course not. Wait a second, are you seriously just...
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. The end is nigh. Can't hear you, can't hear you! Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
You are being cheeky.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But he's not the killer.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
What the fuck?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
So would you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay? Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure thing.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end
As soon
everything.
as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then...
You smashed the bottles on her
I
head.
saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed.
But again, she didn't die from
So I
that.
wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Not this round,
Well,
actually.
That's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I'm telling
No,
you.
I think there's more to Hiro's story.
Yes.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
That's not where the hero hit her on the head. We saw the blood and we saw where the body was. She walked from there.
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain.
Yes.
And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
Oh, come on. Do one main character. Why he didn't use Sakura's finger? Why he picked Toku? I don't know.
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
No, it doesn't explain where she ended up, you dumb fuck. But sure, focus on the stupid magazine.
By the time the body
Obviously,
was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well,
Because
I
he
didn't hide
did.
it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
Yeah.
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
Why are you suddenly getting defensive?
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
It's you, girl.
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Oh, goodness. Are we kidding? There's no way.
It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
What the fuck?
Why would I have... Wait, but more important,
That is... I am confused.
that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hero just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the body. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Oh god, it's actually Toko. How did that happen?
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
I'm going to serial killer and I have to do that. Seriously, Toko? Well, that's good for us. Is it good? Kyoko's examination summoners status of Sakura's body.
I didn't want to, but I did it.
Yellow powder.
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby. And I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Yeah, so there were
After the
bottles.
first swing, the bottle shattered. And she went limp.
And there's two bottles. There were...
Isn't it obvious? Hero really is the killer.
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong. If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Two?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf. And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
That's chess pieces. Yeah. Okay. C. A, E, A. Go. No! Give me the C, S, 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 S. Come on. And yeah, come on, give me another E.
Now I understand. That's it. The chess pieces.
Okay. So yes,
Inside
they were
each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
Yeah, but we didn't see the knight or the queen.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the
The
knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No,
It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this
the
case.
bottle is not missing, it's just
How
a
is it
figurine.
clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken,
What makes you so sure?
because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Yeah.
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
Now what's the scale?
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case. I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
But I don't understand. I thought she was poisoned. I am so confused.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room. Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room.
But didn't you say that you were sitting there in...
I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
Yeah,
After the shock
hopefully
of thinking
okay.
I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
It wasn't the locker, obviously.
Don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
I need... Bullet time battle. Yes, let's hear about it. Good luck and have fun. Why did you have to spoil that for me?
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie! That's enough! It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie! It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you.
Okay.
That's
Brass shards on the floor. Lock figure on the floor. Brass shards locker.
No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. That's enough!
This should prove it. Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura!
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
What the fuck?
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes. And I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Wow. That's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Yeah.
Guess who's back?
It was your fault after all!
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's... you know...
But wouldn't there be signs of
But
a
anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
No, wait.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote,
I
right?
swear
Let's do this.
that's not what killed her. Come on. Please.
No, not quite yet.
Thank you. Come
Not
on.
yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was
I
something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Come on, come on, come on. I know it's Hina. There's no way it's not her. Come on.
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's.
That's still
That
not
still
what
wasn't the
ended.
end.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my god, we finally have a smart.
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
Come on, yes, of course not. Come on, I believe I'm right. I know I'm right. I know I'm right. Oh yeah, the yellow powder hasn't come into question yet.
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up.
Yes.
I killed her there in front of the shelf.
What the fuck? It's not there.
Killed her there in front of the shelf.
No, it's wrong.
Okay.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair.
This is definitely by far the most contrived. I think I've seen like 2 people have confessed to killing this woman and they were actually not the killers. This is just crazy.
The blow by the shelf was the cause of death. There's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
Okay.
Just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
No, Hina. Stop. You're a bad girl. And you're gonna get your justice.
Are Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine showed the blood.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it.
How
Because when I hit her,
fucking-
she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than
Exactly.
my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Exactly, be serious.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
No, come on.
But
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained.
Fuck the
Until we
locked room.
take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
You didn't let her into the room.
Till everyone showed up and opened the door? While
No,
everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
don't be
I don't think that's possible. I got it!
the fudge.
Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside.
Yes, the locker
And at
was
that
open.
point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
She wasn't.
What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this
Yes,
case.
there's a poison was taken. She was poisoned. She wasn't killed by any of the bottles, though. It's goodness. So this was contrived because honestly, I did think that Hiro was a little bit guilty. So yeah, obviously the idea of there was obviously somebody who smacked her on the head. I just didn't know that it was so contrived that it was two people that smacked her on the fucking head. Like, my god, that was so unnecessary. I swear to god, we didn't need to have two people smack her on the head and not kill her. Whatever.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
Yes, she didn't.
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
You're fucking chocolate.
That's because you're overlooking vital information.
Well, I have no expectation from you anymore, MC. You're dumb as fuck. Oh goodness. Yellow powder. I think this is where the yellow powder should be useful, right?
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
What?
Shoot!
What the fuck?
I can't think of anything other than the shot to her...
No, that's wrong. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean... maybe when she got hit with the bottle, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Yes, thank you, finally.
Poisoned?
No
That's
doubt.
right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
How do you have the patience with MC? I swear to God, I don't have the patience with him anymore. Please, next time, have your girlfriend kill him. Please, for my sanity's sake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees!
Yes, please kill MC.
She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Oh yes, Hina, aren't you getting freaked right about now?
Of course, if you don't mind.
I can't believe she had 2 people to pin this on. Wow.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
Yes, let's listen to the one of the smart people in this room.
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
No,
Well,
from Section A.
that's the question, isn't it?
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
We know this, you investigated.
You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
Oh wait, no, okay, that has to be the nutrient.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
No, that's
Flavor
fine.
certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I
Yeah.
see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Yeah. Yep. It was in her drink. Oh my goodness. R N O T T A N D D D D D D D D D D D. There we go.
Now I understand.
Yes.
The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Exactly.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
Thank you, Lord Jesus Christ. It took us an hour to get here.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison.
Exactly.
I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left
Yes,
in the
it
chem
was
lab for anyone
footprints.
to see.
A girl's footprints, and it's obviously not Kyoko. Where was the footprints? Footprints. Footprints.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about.
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
Confess.
It was me.
Thank you.
The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
Duh.
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
It was a mercy killing, wasn't it?
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Yeah. Yeah.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
Which is why it was so freaking obvious.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Yep.
Hina, is it true?
You just admitted to it. Don't be a dumbass.
Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right?
Stop putting words in her mouth.
That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poison mixture.
My man, she's willing to confess. Just shut up and listen.
And then she downed it all at once. And then
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves.
Oh my god, it was you? Oh my god, I just realized if Hina rushed there, that would be quite something. Oh god, are you kidding me? Did this game just go through 4 culprits? That is just ridiculous. So Hina rushed. In a way, I missed it because I honestly thought that she broke the bottle that was in the room. Because she would have rushed to section C to take whatever stuff whatchamacallit she used to poison. I thought that she would have broken a bottle, and that's how there were no footprints leading to section C. So I wrote off the fact that there were no footprints leading to section C. But if the powder was already there, that means Hina never went to section C, which means she genuinely went to section A to get her protein powder, which means the guy who knew that there was no powder there obviously put the powder there because he had switched the two intentionally, which is how he knew to drink the poison. Oh my god, yeah. That's actually commendable. You're smart. You wanted Hina to kill, but in that case, who would actually be the killer? The one who put the poison in the bottle, or the one who delivered the drink, the poisonous drink? That's actually complicated. Okay. I think this game just turned around right about now, because I honestly was on the Hina bandwagon from the very beginning, and that deceived me. Okay, I will give you credit where credit is due. You're smart, man. That was smart.
Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
You shouldn't be focused on the fucking locked room if we're talking about the mixture. You should be focusing on the fact that there are no footprints leading to section C. I mean, if Hina really did intend to just take stuff from section C, she could have taken a cap and just gone directly from section C. That makes more sense to me than this ridiculous locked room shit that she is focused on, which I've already smashed to bits in last episode.
Are you sure
Goodness
about
fuck you, girl. I thought you were smart. I'm changing my mind. You're just as dumb as everybody.
Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious. Too easy.
No, not really.
He's right.
Who would have
makes it
checked
look like
it?
you wanted people to suspect you.
There were 3 ways that the person could have died right now. We literally went through 3 people. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, this is fairy tale like stupidity. Okay, sweetie.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
Where are you? Wait a second.
Notice?
Wait.
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
What are you doing right now? Are you trying to get everybody killed? What's wrong with you? I really want you to die now, but there's no way to kill you without killing everybody.
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come?
Finally.
That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit.
No, you're pushing a victim. It's clear that it's not her, but I'm just surprised. And why is she trying to protect you? Or is she trying to protect main character Kon? Did you somehow convince her that it was Makoto who killed Sakura and she's trying to protect her love interest or whatever?
There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Or is she in love with you and she's trying to protect you? That's crazy.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that...
Why are you cooperating with this story? I need to know who put this dirt on you. Like... How is this? It makes no sense. I'm so conflicted about this one. So I can see Byakuya wanting to blame her, but Hina just going around with it and being like, yes, I killed her is so weird to me. I just don't understand her motives if she really isn't the killer.
I took the protein
She's obviously
can
not
that
the
had
killer because the
poison in
case
it
isn't
and left
over.
the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Finally, he's thinking with his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
Until you're declared guilty, apparently.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A.
No, it's wrong.
I don't think I need to wait till the end. You're just wrong.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
What?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple.
Who are you
If you
protecting?
look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had
This
already
makes
been
no
spilled
sense.
when
Who
you
is she
came in,
protecting?
and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well... You see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account. Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
Of
Evidence?
course.
Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this. It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
It's not the Monokuma bottle is not. Oh,
I got it!
it is the rec room window.
Part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
according to what Tina told us, it should have been in section A, right?
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked, there's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked, but how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the...
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
She can say that because there's proof. Of course, the window opened. Yes, I know the proof that you're talking about. Source of the empty chem lab shelf, empty protein drink. Nothing there.
When it comes
makes
to
sense.
that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
Okay.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
Yeah.
It had to be.
It was in there before the wreck.
No, that's wrong. You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
These evidence titles are so bad.
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What
Yeah.
about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
That's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison?
Yeah.
I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Wait a second, was this a
Precisely.
suicide?
She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What
Yeah.
do you think, Makoto?
Makes no sense to be otherwise. Yes, it was Hina.
Shoot!
What the fuck? Well, then it has to be Sakura. There's no way it's Hiro.
I think it was Sakura herself.
But the footprints!
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
Why would... Oh, for F's sakes, I hate this game.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Stop talking! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the...
This should prove it.
I hate this game in particular.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing. Which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
Was Sakura planning to kill all three of them with poison using her candy?
No, you didn't kill her. Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
This is so lame. This trial just went from good to absolutely fucking bonkers. The worst one. Bar none. Retarded.
The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room. I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it.
But then who bothered to take the empty bottle of poison back to its room?
At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out
Oh,
of
it
the
has to
room.
be Hina.
And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you?
But why? You were gonna kill everybody with that move.
When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door because you already knew Sakura was dead, and because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were. You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room, while everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No, I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is! Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Oh, fuck you.
Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them... And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eye. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head, and this caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath.
You dumb. You are so obsessed with that locked room. Sakura never intended for this to be a locked room. She had a bottle of poison sitting on the floor. If Hina had not intervened, nobody would have thought this was anything but a suicide. And why did Hina intervene?
The rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case.
So why would Hina be this dumb? Because technically speaking, she would kill if she wanted. Why would she? Like, that's annoying to me because she basically would kill everyone. Is she that sick of life? Then die by yourself, you dumb bitch. Just like Sakura did. Why do you have to take everybody else with you? She's a murderer in my book. Like, she is responsible. She literally was about to kill everyone. Everyone. Like, holy. Does she count as a black in here? That's kind of sort of my problem. Like, somebody who would cover up the murder, I guess they wouldn't. But let's say if they chose her, what would have happened? Would everyone have died? Would she have not died? Like, is that... I don't think so, considering the fact that every single other time when Makoto was voted out, everybody else died and the blackened lived. But what if there's no blackened? Would the person who was unjustly accused have lived? But she wouldn't have had any way of knowing that that was the case, so there's no way she did it for that effort. So I seriously don't understand this girl's fucked up logic. Why did she do that? I'll go do one, you bitch.
Took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
You could have gotten us all killed. I hate you. Get off the face of the earth.
But Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
He's just a dumbass who was led around by Kyoko. It's not even him.
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Can they even vote for that person?
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened?
Can we vote for a dead person?
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it?
Come on, Bear, get out of my way. I want to see if I can actually vote for a dead person. Yeah, apparently I can.
Okay.
The one who killed Sakura.
My
Okay,
entire...
we're done here.
What did you say?
It's a whole true, huh? I see. There's still one thing I don't understand. Hina, why did you try to cover what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest
What
of
are you
us.
thinking?
Yet you... Why did you do that?
Don't
Yeah.
be mean.
Yeah, we almost died there. True.
What is
Because...
this?
Exactly what I wanted. He wanted to kill. You bitch. If there was a way, Byakuya, please have your girlfriend take her out. Your girlfriend wants to kill her. Please have her do it. Please get her out of here. Can't believe this. The reason is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her, so that's why I couldn't let her be the only one that died. My god, we need to lock her up. She's crazy. Okay.
What?
You don't mean you are gonna take us all with you? Yeah, exactly. Have to atone for our sins. No, no. Someone volunteer to take her out? Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. Oh my god, one girl. Yeah, she's stupid. Doesn't understand, and let me explain to you just how much this person Sakura was crying with. Sakura was crying with her when she died. Was carrying with her. Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate, so instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... Found it on the ground in front of the rec room. Sakura's suicide note. Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and Sakura, you don't have to worry about me, I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all, but now you're suffering because of me. You tried to protect me, but because of me, my closest friend got hurt. Because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her, so she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with the house for you? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous this is? Don't worry, I just want to talk to them. Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you all at once, even you. Please don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy. They're friends. She clearly believed, she completely believed in all of us. You just talked to her, you would have understood she was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
Listen, bitch. Sakura, what happened to her was tragic. You tried to kill all of us. I don't give a shit about your logic. You're a fucking monster to me. And you are dead to me. You are no friend of mine, so go do one. If somebody kills you, I will be cheering. But I will still get them executed. And yeah. You trampled all over her feelings and then you didn't think about... I don't feel sorry. You are incredibly disgusting. And Sakura acted on her own. The misunderstanding, don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. It was a misunderstanding, you damn. If you had listened to the whole trial, you would have known. And you are just not repentful. She's dangerous. Like, she needs to be killed. She believed in you and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Oh my god, I can't believe I wasted so much time on you, getting to know you, giving you presents. Ugh, I am disgusted with you. Oh god. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her. Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note says, so just I'll do it by my own hand. That's how far you pushed her. Okay, wait right there, I'll help you out. I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that? I have a favor to ask. A favor? I'd like some protein. Would I ask you to? Yeah, I got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. Okay, so she locked the room. She sent you. I went to the counter to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. That's when I realized I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shop, Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late.
Please!
Let me please open the door. Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness, that's normal, and yet you all blamed her. She was not willing to talk to us after we found out she was the traitor. Not only that, but yes, we have churches of groups of people split into some people who believe something and some people who believe something else. It's what happens. Our group gets smaller by the second, and Sakura just happened to be on the wrong side of things. It's human nature, but you tried to kill everyone. That does not excuse it. Oh my god. Can someone shoot her in the head? So this is what I would do with people like this. I would kill her. Make sure that it's only one person who knows where the body is. Lock her in her room or take her to the incinerator, burn her so that she doesn't end up smelling. Put the bones in her room and make sure 3 people never find her. That way nobody can be judged for her murder. That's what I would do to this girl. I am not even joking. She's a danger. She's even worse than Suicide Jack. Goodness. Because Jack at the very least is obsessed with somebody who is our enemy. Yes, I'm thinking in terms of survival right now. Like, oh my god, you do not deserve to be alive right now. And I'm so sorry that you are. I tried to protect her and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. We killed her, all of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her. People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. No, you should not be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. You're an idiot. Sakura died because she thought we were all friends. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
Sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the fine note to your jerker, but it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. Yes, I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died? Thank you.
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation. Thank you, my god, the bear is making more sense than his fucking your own opinions on what her suicide note meant. Of course I know what she was thinking, because her and me... Well, what I'm really trying to say is, don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is it?
Of course!
Isn't it obvious? A suicide note, Sakura, suicide note. But you know, already... Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, babe. This bear is just such a psycho. This is the one Sakura just, put in her room. Well then, you lied to me? Ah, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. No, actually he didn't. He just led you astray. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit. Can't help it. If you totally took my little scribbles at face value. I didn't even have Sakura's signature on it, Troop. You. Not filthy, I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did that affect the outcome of the class trial? And the case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around, true? Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay, and scene cut.
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna
I'm
do?
glad you asked. For your benefits, I shall read it using my melodic Angelica harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you even been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place? And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so fine, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Give me the willies. Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, geez, talk about the buzzkill. Alright, here we go. Haha. My good friend Hina, there's something I want to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know this is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in the strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
The mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
So it's because of that I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. The decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get the situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life. Unfortunately, you chose a bitch to protect.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
You wanted to stop us from fighting to protect us, yes, and you wanted to kill everyone. Aren't you happy you're such a decent piece of shit?
Correct.
She didn't end her long life because she was weak. Quite the opposite. In fact, she was strong, too strong. That's why she killed herself. I'll do one with you. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. Now, she almost got everyone killed. Good job on her, too. Sacrificed so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible. Blah.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't talk to you I didn't tell you any of this is because I know you would try to stop me. I'm really truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the mastermind's plan, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to tell the rest. Leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I want you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through action and not words. Hopefully then they'll see. She wanted to kill herself in front of all of them. Oh wow.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else, no matter what. Just survive.
But...
what are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserved all the blame. Everyone blamed her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone. Huh? First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with the fake suicide note. Of course, Mr. Stupid Protagonist is like, no, Hina's not to blame. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste. Because she made us remember we're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight, this is all because of our misplaced hatred. Don't blame her, I can't blame her, nobody can blame Hina either. Oh my god. Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered because the one who we need to destroy is you, nobody else. What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember? Your enemy is each other. That he's absolutely right about that. Ah, lovely, you understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game, which is why I am bowing out of the game. What?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost the sense of excitement, which is why I will no longer be participating in it. What's going on here? Now I have only one thing to look forward to, and that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Yeah, what does this mean? Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Never master go as I go, and if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch up. Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about the good for nothing backstabber and get back on track. It's the moment you've all been waiting for, punishment time. Whoa. Wait, but Sakura's technically the killer, right? And she's dead. Oh, I thought about this. I was questioning whether he was just going to let this go because there's technically, like, the killer is dead. And Hina tried to intervene. Does that mean she's gonna get killed anyway? You're not gonna... Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh, heavens no. Just because the blackened is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you I'm very particular about the bear times 1 rule?
Listen up.
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it would be a shame to let it go to waste. So for my special punishment, I've prepared a special guest. Special guest? Let's give it everything.
We've got. It's punishment time.
Wait a second, who? Oh. Oh. I thought the computer was gonna betray us. Apparently not. We should have killed Tina, man. Goodness. That is so much. Oh, you should have just killed Tina. You suck, man. You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk. Phew, that really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After what they say for workout grub chicken's where it's at, and I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, boiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulent grill is where it's at. My god, this bear. Realize so dangerous it could be basically on how to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my curse, I might think I'm just some inhuman, but it's true, so it's okay. It's for the sake of it, I'll do blah. Whatever, alter ego. Words blah blah blah. The anger turns to fury. Black and muddy and boiled over. The bows up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you? That was my friend. How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with the basketball? Shut up. He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend. And you killed him. Is this what you call animism? Animism. Where a soul dwells within all things, even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally, no, I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly what it was all gonna play out from the start. How it was... But what?
What are you thinking?
You knew when you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
Well, I mean the data on that laptop, it was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you. Or maybe more like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult. So of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal, so I had to do a little, you know, reformation. The reformative. Blah, get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that he was killed. Oh my god, the laptop. No feelings. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel 1 billion times better.
Very nice.
Experiencing a meaningless death is so shocking. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower. Every low can get even lower. That was so hard to read, I don't know why. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everyone who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. Swear to God, someday you will pay for this. Holy moly, you're super mad, like just unreasonably upset.
Well?
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah. There's still a bit more left of Sakura's note. Huh? Do I have your attention? Okay, then here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet tone of your truly. One other thing, Kina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of the school. What a clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, and so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory. Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today. But you can't just stop at the most important bit. Makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even freaking know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid. You have to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. Like I'd ever let any of you grease balls have it. But sucks for you losers. Wait, what's next? What is it now?
What?
There's one last line in this note. And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what, and that's seriously it. Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? You won't lay down and die, she'll fight you? Well, whatever, who cares what some dead musclehead has to say.
Well,
Okay, I'm out of here. Could that be a clue that Sakura doesn't take a lethal dose of poison? Because my question would be, what does the bear consider death? Because from what I remember, there were poisons that just make it seem like you were dead. So if Sakura was able to somehow fool the bear into believing that she was actually dead when in fact she wasn't, could that be the case? Because the bear doesn't seem to do much of a blood analysis on her to see if Sakura is actually dead. I don't know if that makes sense. You guys should try to get some rest, you know, and maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach the school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard. And that's where I'm ending this episode because it's a long one. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.